Hi everyone, I'm Audrey and I'm one of the 8th grade girls leaders. Today we are reading chapter 33, Comfortably Comfortable.
I think I got too comfortable.
One of the greatest temptations in life is to get comfortable. Do you like being comfortable? Yeah, me too. If it's a little too hot or a little too cold when I get on a plane, I don't like that. If my favorite foods aren't easy to find, that irritates me. If the pillows in the hotel aren't just as I like them, it throws a ripple in my mood. I like comfort, and there is so much comfort available. It is so easy to make comfort a priority in our lives. This leads to comfort addiction. Then, even the slightest discomfort makes us irritable, restless, and discontent. Before long, we are becoming one of those people who burst into an angry rage over the tiniest thing. A couple of weeks ago, I was speaking with a friend, and he said something that really made me stop and reflect. Everybody is looking for an easier, softer way. It's a generalization. It may not be true for everyone, but it sure seems true for most people. We want life to be easier. We want the path we walk to be softer. We want to be comfortable. Is comfort good for us? Is the comfortable path the way of the Christian? It seems that it isn't. This is not simply my opinion. There are many things that may seem unclear when we read the Gospels, but the general criteria for following Jesus is abundantly clear. In Matthew's Gospel, we read, "If anyone wishes to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross, and follow me." Matthew 6:24. Deny yourself. Jesus was clear. He didn't promise or even allude to an easy path. He did not promise comfort. He promised quite the opposite. He set denial of self as a primary condition of discipleship, and he promised that each of us would have a cross of our own to carry. Why doesn't Jesus want us to get comfortable? The reason is simple, profound, and practical. He doesn't want us to forget that we are just passing through this world. We are pilgrims. When we get comfortable, we start to behave as if we are going to live on this earth forever, and we are not. Perhaps, if our lives have become comfortable, that alone is a sign that we have wandered away from the gospel path. When was the last time you denied yourself? Was it a large or small thing? One of the many aspects of the gospel that fascinates me is how incredibly practical it is. Connected to this practicality of the gospel is how it reaches into every facet of our lives. For example, there is a direct connection between a person's ability to succeed and his or her ability and willingness to delay gratification. How is this ability to delay gratification developed? By practicing the gospel habit of denying ourselves. Nothing will influence your success or failure or anything more than your ability and willingness to delay gratification. You cannot have a successful marriage without it, nor can your personal finances thrive. I cannot think of a noble career in which you can succeed without it, nor can you maintain a high level of physical health. You cannot successfully parent your children without it, and you cannot develop or maintain a vibrant spiritual life without it. The ability to delay gratification, to deny yourself, is an essential life skill. So develop the habit of denying yourself in small ways 12 times a day. Each time you deny yourself is a spiritual exercise, a spiritual push-up that strengthens the soul. This allows the soul to increasingly respond to grace and choose what is good, noble, true, in just every situation. Have a glass of water when you would rather have a Coke. Force yourself to work out when you would rather not. Take the long way home when you are impatient to get home. Have the fish when you are craving the steak. Wait 5 minutes before doing something you want to do right now. There is something about denying ourselves that dissolves our blind spots and allows us to see as they really are. The constant denial of self in small things gives us the clarity of heart, mind, and soul to see the present for what it really is and the future for what it still can be. This self-denial also allows us to see ourselves for who we really are and to see in ourselves the best version of ourselves that God created us to be. The daily denial of self allows us to see that we are sinful, but also opens us up to the grace that we need in order to overcome our sinfulness. Throughout the book, I've used the phrase, left to our own devices. What does this mean? It means to be without God's grace and accountability of friendship and community. When we reject God's grace and the accountability of friendship and community, we become selfish. This selfishness manifests in 1,000 different ways, but each of them is a turning on the self. If you want to be a better Christian, start by denying yourself. Point to ponder. Being too comfortable too often makes us weak in mind, body, and spirit. The verse to live by: if anyone wishes to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Matthew 6:24. Question to consider: what is one way you can deny yourself today? And the prayer: Jesus, thank you for all the comforts of this world. Help me to discern when they are good for me and when they are not.
So if you wanna live a comfortable life, make sure you never love nobody, be selfish and never sacrifice.